And just the other night, as I tried to sleep, I heard someone whisper my name, so close it felt like he was in the room with me. I haven't told my family yet, but I know he's still out there, searching. And now, he's closer than ever. As I lay there in the dark, the whisper seemed to echo around my room. Shadows danced along the walls, stretching and shrinking like they were alive, like they were watching me. I tried to tell myself it was my mind playing tricks, but a cold feeling crept over me. I knew the prince was closer, that he was watching, and that he would come again. The next morning, I sat silently at breakfast, barely able to eat. My parents exchanged worried glances. I knew they could see the fear in my eyes, but I kept quiet. How could I tell them the prince had come back to haunt me? When I heard my father speak of going to the village elder, a man known for his knowledge of ancient curses and protection, a flicker of hope filled me, though fear held me back. Later that day, I found myself standing outside the elder's home with my family. The old man listened carefully, his eyes dark and knowing as we described the prince's visit. This prince has powers, the elder warned us, his voice grave. Some say he's cursed, bound to walk in shadows and take what he desires. The elder's words brought chills, but then he paused and looked at me. Have you felt a strange sensation? Perhaps a mark on your skin that tingles or burns? I stared at him, feeling a shiver down my spine. I hadn't noticed before, but there was a strange, invisible heat on my wrist, as though I'd been branded. That night, I barely slept. Just as I closed my eyes, I felt a coldness press against me, and then the whisper returned, sending icy fingers through my chest. You can't hide from me. Shadows on my wall twisted and darkened, forming the shape of the prince. I could almost see his cold eyes, and I knew he was reaching for me, claiming me as his. I lay frozen in bed, feeling the invisible mark burn on my wrist. I whispered a prayer, though deep down I knew he was coming back, no matter how far I ran. And just as the shadows grew darker around me, his voice filled the room, softer, colder than before. Run all you like, you'll come back to me. The darkness felt alive, filled with his silent, terrible promise. I squeezed my wrist, feeling the mark's heat intensify, burning deep into my skin. I prayed he would leave me, prayed for safety. But the shadows only grew darker, surrounding me.